Good evening, everyone. Welcome. We're going to kick things off in just a few minutes. All right, I think we're going to get ourselves started. It's 6:04. We want to make sure that we have plenty of time to get through our wonderful pitches and questions. We're really excited to have all of you joining us tonight for our fifth Invest in Her pitch competition. I am Sam Hartzman. I'm one of the co-founders of Invest in Her, and I'll introduce my fellow co-founders in just a moment. But hopefully everyone can see the screen, the slides that I'm presenting. I'm going to run through some of the details of how tonight is going to go, and then we'll get right into things. So a little bit just of an agenda. I'm going to do opening remarks and introductions like I indicated. I'll explain how the competition is set up. We will get right into our pitches, and the judges will have an opportunity to ask our finalist questions. Then the judges will go into a separate room to deliberate. During that time, we'll have some guest presenters talk a little bit about their programs and the way that they support our entrepreneurial community here in Pittsburgh. We'll do an announcement of winners and then closing remarks. So as I mentioned, I'm Sam Hartzman. I'm a co-founder of Invest in Her. A little bit of background on Invest in Her. We started in 2015. Invest in Her was sort of the product of our time in Coro's Women in Leadership program. We had to come up with a catalytic project that would impact women in Southwest PA. And so we decided to focus our attention on women entrepreneurs. And so Invest in Her was born. We had our first pitch competition in December of 2015. And as I indicated in my prior introduction, this is now our 5th pitch competition. So I'll introduce my fellow co-founders, starting with Oster.
Hi, I'm Oster Teklai. I'm also a co-founder, and wishing you guys all the best of luck.
Great. And Elise?
Hello, everyone. Super excited to have you all here joining us to support these wonderful women and their wonderful businesses. So no matter what happens, make sure you continue to support female-owned businesses here in the Pittsburgh region. And good luck, everyone.
Great. So before I introduce our judges, I'm just going to give a little bit of an overview on how things are going to run tonight. So this is our second time doing a virtual pitch competition. Those of you who've been part of sort of the Invest in Her family know that we're known for doing an in-person competition, but COVID definitely put a little bit of a wrinkle in that plan. So actually in 2020, we hosted a virtual pitch competition, and we realized, hey, this is just as easy to conduct virtually as it is in person, and we didn't have as much overhead expense. So that's a win-win, right? So we're really excited to bring it back again this year, and being that COVID is still very much a reality, of course, the virtual environment lent itself nicely to this process. But that has changed the way that we deliver this competition. In the past, you had a live pitch where our finalists actually got up, pitched their business, and then there was a live Q&A. To accommodate the virtual platform, we've actually asked all of our finalists to pre-record their pitches, and then the live portion will be the Q&A piece tonight. So you'll see and watch their pre-recorded pitches, and then our judges will have time to ask questions live. We've asked that the finalists prepare a pitch that's no longer than 3 minutes in length, and the judges' Q&A section will probably be about 5 to 7 minutes. So, we're hoping that we can stick to that timeline. Unfortunately, those of you in the audience are unable to ask questions of our finalists. You certainly can populate them in the chat, but we won't be able to bring those forward during that Q&A section. So with that said, I want to introduce our judges tonight. So we have Etha Cow from Neighborhood Allies, and Etha is the Director of Digital Inclusion and Innovation. We also are joined by Shannon Parrish, who is the Program Manager for the 7 Pillars program of Amicello Cares. And Shannon's actually going to talk a little bit about the partnership that we've built this year for this pitch competition later in the evening, but we're really excited to have Shannon on as a judge. And then last but certainly not least, we have Jeremy Waldrop, who is the President and CEO of the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership. And Jeremy, we're really excited to have you with us tonight as we think about how some of these businesses could maybe one day take up residence in our downtown region. So great, welcome. And now we're going to introduce our finalists, and I'm just going to name the businesses because you're going to meet each of them individually. But for those of you that don't know, we've sort of separated out the pitches this evening into 2 categories: products and services. And again, if you've followed Invest in Her, we've done this once before where we had our businesses split into the 2 buckets of products and services. Now, some of them may offer a service in addition to their product, but we really wanted to find a nice way of aligning them with similar businesses. So on the product side, we have And Flowers, Bling and Luxury, and Tal and Bert. And then on the services side, we have Life in Motion Gym, The Modern Steward, and VBW Training. Each of the businesses will, like I said, present individually. Our judges will have an opportunity to take notes and write down their questions, and then we'll move into the next business. I ask that if you are not actively presenting or your business is not pitching at the moment, that you turn your video off, just so that the judges know who to direct their questions to when we get to that portion. And with that, I think we are ready to hand it over to Elise, who's going to queue up our first business, and that will be And Flowers.
Elise, there's no sound.
I did exactly what I said I was not going to do, and I still did it, which was not to unmute myself, so I apologize. Let's start that again.
Hi, my name is Karen Toole. I am a creative, a communitarian, and I have FOMO, the fear of missing out. My FOMO started long before the pandemic. In 2018, I offered to do the flowers for my niece's wedding. I didn't want to miss out on any of our family fun. So for our family, I hosted a pre-wedding flower arranging party. I started Ann Flowers to support couples like my niece and her fiance, who have very busy lives, but value and make time for their family and friends. I have since expanded the business for all kinds of gatherings, such as showers, bachelorette parties, birthday parties, and wreath making. We are a unique floral design studio in that we only host flower arranging parties and workshops. In our region, there are over 4,000 weddings per year. This number far surpasses the number of florists that can service these events. This high demand and little supply positions Ann Flowers as an alternative between high-priced florists or DIY arrangements. In our Highland Park studio, clients with professional guidance make their own centerpieces, bouquets, and boutonnieres. We take care of all the ordering, prepping, delivery, and setup. Customers make something beautiful and have the pride in their accomplishments. In 2020, we were able to pivot and continue to offer workshops. Despite of or because of the pandemic restrictions, we met the emotional, social, and creative needs of young men and women, their extended families and friends by hosting garden sessions, virtual workshops, and private parties. Ann Flowers offers employment and internship opportunities for those interested in the service and creative industries. To be of service, to bring people together and share time creating floral arrangements is a wonderfully satisfying, uplifting, and healthy experience for all those involved in hosting flower arranging parties. With support from Invest in Her and Omnicello Cares, it is my hope that we could increase our marketing, create more workshops, offer more employment opportunities, and assist more couples with their wedding flowers. Thank you.
And we'll go ahead and get started with the questions.
Karen, congratulations. I'll kick us off. Jeremy Waldrop, really excited to learn about your studio. Talk to me a little bit about kind of the price difference between your company and a traditional florist, given the fact that, you know, your customers bringing some of the manpower to the table, literally.
You got the concept there really well. Can I be heard? Am I heard? Okay, great. Yes, they're bringing a lot of manpower, but the interesting thing is they're also controlling what they make. So they're not just describing to somebody else who is perhaps an artist in their own right and is going to create their own thing anyway, you know, with maybe their colors, et cetera. They're really bringing their artistic vision and their team to the studio. So what we found is that a lot of florists there really is a shortage in quality florists, and that's a whole nother discussion. Industry is shifting. There used to be 5 wholesalers downtown Pittsburgh. There's only 2. Recently, one of them only has about half the amount of product that they used to carry. There's a lot of online purchasing capability now. We have found that we can order directly from local growers as well as overseas farmers directly from them, cutting out the middleman. So we sell our flowers at wholesale prices and charge for the studio time. And they're bringing the manpower. So the hours, the amount of work that we can accomplish in a 3-hour period is amazing. So we can do what would cost a client upwards of $5,000 or more, a couple $1,000 easily. And what's more is that they get the pride of having done it themselves. We don't rent our containers because everybody loves what they make. They take them home from their weddings, and they have a party while they're doing it. So I conduct it as a classroom. We have recess, they get a little bit more to drink, another plate, etc. When we have large groups, we divide into 2 different studios, and then we have people mix at recess so that the mother of the groom is next to the mother of the bride for one session, and now she's in the same group as the bridesmaids the next session. So it's a really cool social gathering that is, I think, priceless.
Karen, I'm interested in understanding the size of your business. So both in terms of revenue, like as an order of magnitude estimation, and the number of people employed by your business.
The number of people employed by my business has been shifting. Every single year has been extremely different. I started the business to do my niece's flowers, as I mentioned in the in my pitch there. And I went to a bridal show to canvas to see if this was of value to other families, and to do their weddings. I have 4 adult daughters, and they were my first employees. I have one that is in finance and in cybersecurity, and she helped me with legal things and financial structure. My next one is a animator and illustrator, and she did my website and has updated it several times for me. Daughter number 3 is a graphic designer, and she's tweaked all my pictures and created the logo. It's gone through many generations, and we came up with product things like our aprons. And daughter number 4 is still a college student, but she has done lots of events with me. So she's hosted parties, she's been my assistant, she's gone to trade shows with me and pitched the business. But we've also had a number of interns. I've had people go on to graduate school, into full-time employment in the floral industry. And I had another one get her MBA, and she had worked as an intern. So right now I have 3 part-time people that they're not even part-time, they're more on call, if you will. And then I have special people that I call on for specific needs. Because of COVID, we weren't doing the large scale parties. We only hosted 6 in the studio, and then I would have 1 assistant for those. I now have a number of bachelorette parties on the books, and there are 15 to 20 people, and I will be reaching out again to the community. I'm on Handshake. I look for students that have varying skills and interests in everything from
Karen?
photography to.
Karen, sorry to interrupt. You have judges, and Karen, you have 2 minutes left in your Q&A.
Okay. Does somebody else have a question?
Could you hit on your sales for year 1 and obviously COVID, but kind of I know that's going to play a big part in that, but could you hit on those numbers?
And the numbers. Year 1 was really a break even. We started in 2018. 2019, I started to see a little bit of revenue. 2020, I actually did better than 2019. So I wasn't able to receive any PPP, money. I was totally blown away by the amount of people that needed and wanted to get together for small groups. You know, I think we were all sort of isolated in our spaces that needed some sort of activity. Numbers. Yeah, my 2020. So I think we made, we grossed maybe $45,000. I mean, we just had back-to-back garden parties. So we kept everybody distanced in the garden and then in the studio. And we did country club gatherings. And again, they spaced everybody. So we had large spaces in those venues. So it was a pretty good year. But I lost all my weddings in 2020. I had micro weddings, we called them. And now I'm finding myself.
We're at time.
Go ahead.
We're at time. Thank you.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Karen from Ann Flowers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So next we are moving on to our next finalist, which is Jordan from Blinging Luxury. And I do not have myself on mute, so it'll be great.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jordan Ford, owner of Bling a Luxury Hair Company. I started Bling a Luxury Hair Company in 2018 when I was a freshman in college. Before I started my own business and becoming this entrepreneur, I was working at Eaton Park, didn't like Eaton Park, so I quit. And I was working at, my college campus cafeteria, which was, I was serving food and washing dishes. I shortly and fastly realized that was not for me at all. So I took the time and really studied and did my research on how to start a hair business. At the time, my sister's mom was actually selling hair as well. So she helped me a lot with resources and different vendors to purchase hair from. So I decided to test out these vendors by wearing the hair, dyeing the hair, washing the hair, making sure it was good hair until I found a vendor that I was actually comfortable with working with. From there, I grew and now I'm here. So a little bit about the hair industry. The hair industry is worth $2.38 billion as far as in 2021 and is expected to grow to $3.43 billion by 2028. Hair extension business can branch off to many different items from selling actual extensions to wigs and to products. You can expand a hair business by adding on new products such as lace glue remover, silk serum, and whichever. Right now, I sell wigs, bundles, lace glue remover, and lace glue. So a little bit about my business is on social media, on my Instagram page, I have 6.2 thousand followers. And on Facebook, I have 1.7 likes. In 2001, my online website visits were 14,762. Returning customer rate was 21.74%. And the total orders I had were 500. That's like a rough estimate of 500 orders. The accomplishments I had were, some influence were Alexis Sky, Jonathan Wright, Molly De Niro, Megan James, Ariana Lennox, and Light Skin Keisha. Some events I have are the Hair Versus in Miami, local pop-up shops, local office space for pickup, and sales. I had over 100 orders on our Black Friday sale. The first batch of lace glue sold out in less than 24 hours. So in a nutshell, my business is actually doing very well and it's growing and becoming successful. I just want to thank you all for your time and watching my video. If you all have any questions, I will be here to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. And now we'll move on to our question and answer portion. Just a reminder to all of our contestants, the more concise that you are, the more questions we can get in to help the judges better assess your business. So with that, go on ahead. You have 7 minutes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Elise. It's nice to meet you, Jordan. So you had 500 orders in 2021, is that right?
Yes.
What did that equal in terms of gross revenue?
In 2021, my gross revenue was about 66,000.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I may have missed this. When did you start? Was 2021 your first year?
No, 2021 was actually my second year. I'll be going on my third year in March, so next month. I started in 2018 with researching and everything like that, and then in 2019, January 1st, I actually launched my business. So March of 2019, I launched.
Where do you see yourself and where do you see your business in 10 years?
10 years, I see my business growing tremendously. I plan on opening up a few local, I want to say bundle bars, not hair stores, because there's a difference. So I plan on opening up a few bundle bars locally and out of town, and also getting a nice warehouse where I could create content in my warehouse. I could do photo shoots. I could ship from my warehouse, different things in my warehouse.
You are direct to consumer, is that correct? You're not working with kind of a salon or stylist, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Do you have any plans to do that?
Actually, most salons that I know, they already sell hair. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually selling my lace glue, which is one of my top sellers. I sell my lace glue in hair stores. The first hair store that I had my lace glue in is Hairland. It's actually in Wilkinsburg, which is a local neighborhood in Pittsburgh. So besides hair, like hair salons, I sell my products in actual hair stores.
That makes sense. How many people work in your business?
It's just me. I'm a one woman job right now. I plan on building my team throughout the years, this year and going forward with that. But right now it's just me.
Do you pay yourself?
I try to.
What would you use this money for? I know you specifically, I think you said marketing. Talk a little bit about kind of what your plans would be if you were to win.
I will actually invest into more inventory so I can actually ship my products out faster. And I will also invest into running more ads throughout social media to grab more attention. I did do different marketing tactics, such as like working with different influencers and having billboards around different cities and things like that. But I feel as though it's more beneficial to run ads on social media to reach more people.
What made you want to be an entrepreneur?
Working for other people really wasn't my desire in life. So I came up with this idea being by myself on my college campus, and I actually stuck with it. I didn't think it would actually go this far, and I became passionate with, my businesses and things like that. So that's what made me start.
Talk about your COVID pivot. I assume that, hair salons were closed for a while. People were a little freaked out about getting it. Did that boost the industry overall? And, if that is the case and folks do gravitate to salons, like how do you keep up that momentum to increase your gross sales?
COVID, it was actually a little bit hard. During COVID, we actually had a lace shortage where we couldn't get HD and transparent lace frontals and closures and things like that, and shipping was obviously longer than usual. But I just had people understand that shipping is going to be long, and I just had to work my way through COVID. I ended up opening up my own office space in Monroeville that I opened that up during the pandemic, and anything that I had on hand in inventory, people were just able to come pick it up instead of waiting for shipping and things like that. So, we're at the 2-minute mark.
So it seems like you've done a lot in a short amount of time, and you've learned a lot of the parts of running your business.
Yes.
Have you ever participated in any kind of accelerator program?
No, I haven't actually.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what your interest is in the 7 Pillars Accelerator?
Honestly, to just expand my growth of knowledge when it comes to business and things like that. Just I'm always willing to learn new things and network with new people. So that's what I'm looking forward to, growing as a business and person.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much, Jordan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very excited about your industry as well. I learned a lot from you during this process, so thank you very much. So
Thank
we have
you.
our next, yeah, you're welcome. We have our next organization is Tal and Bert. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with them.
Hi, I'm Val Talbot, founder and co-owner of Tal and Bert, a Black-owned home decor business started in 2020 at the start of the pandemic. Our company was founded on three major issues we sought to solve. The current planter market didn't have any designs that incorporated natural crystals into the designs. Storefronts in Pittsburgh lacked a true customer experience, and minority brands were often underrepresented on the shelves of retail stores. Tal and Bert brings functional art into the plant and home decor world. When creating our design, there wasn't many innovative and unique planters on the market, so we sought to fix that. We are known for our iconic Crunchio design that features natural raw crystals embedded into industrial concrete. Due to the appeal of our product, we were able to open 2 brick-and-mortar storefronts in Pittsburgh in the Dormont and Sharpsburg neighborhoods. Our stores are more than just a place to shop, they are an experience. Each store has a workshop where the community can come and embrace their creativity. Our storefronts help to attract new customers with their innovative designs, and they create community engagement. Our storefronts support the work of over 70 brands. Of these brands, 100% are small businesses, 84% are women-owned, and 67% are minority-owned. We want to shine the spotlight on underrepresented communities by providing shelf space for artists and creators in those communities. Strengths we do have is that our direct supply chain to materials, as we source our minerals directly from the mine. We also have direct to consumer through storefronts and e-commerce and business sales channels in place. We also have a strong in-person online presence. We struggle with marketing and visibility for our Sharpsburg storefront. We grew too fast, we were unable to put certain systems in place to properly scale our business. We also struggle to handle major demands as our products often go viral, being shared by major media outlets. Our products have been put on the shelves of over 300 stores, including Macy's and Common Goods and Urban Stems. We have the opportunity to market our business to other major retailers. We also plan to expand our storefronts outside of Pittsburgh. Due to the popularity of our product, we have had companies replicating our designs and creating knockoffs. Both our online and in-person markets are looking for something new and exciting, and that's what our home decor and storefronts offer. The idea of DIY is huge right now, and our storefronts focus on that trend. Our products have been featured in numerous publications and even participated in a collaboration with Nicole Richie. Our storefront was named as one of the top 16 plant shops in America by Architectural Digest. We welcome new customers through special events and community engagement. We are continuously refining our product line to emphasize growing margins to increase our revenue. Our major expenses and funding needs are for a more integrated marketing plan for storefronts and renovations such as signage and new flooring. I currently work full-time in our business with a team of 9. We have proven success over the last 2 years with 2 successful storefronts and online business that has generated over $1 million in revenue. We also have a thriving business sales channel. We plan to support female and minority entrepreneurs through the help of Invest in Her, as that is a major part of our mission. Tal and Bert is the newest emerging innovative home decor company that is making waves in the market already.
Thank you very much. And with that, we will go ahead and get started with our 7 minutes of questions.
Hey, Val, that was a lot in a very short amount of time. I have a lot of questions, but I think maybe a good place to start is give me a 15-second elevator pitch. What is the key thing or your key unique selling proposition that you want to get across right away?
Tal and Bert is a unique handmade decor company that has expanded into a storefront that offers an experience and innovative designs.
That's great. Talk to me a little bit about where your sales are coming from primarily. You mentioned brick and mortar, online, and then I assume the wholesale component, working with other retailers. Where's your mix?
Right now, I would say 80% is online and through wholesale. Our storefronts are struggling a little bit because we opened them during the pandemic. So it could be a factor of that, and also are not having the quite knowledge of marketing, because pretty much before that, we've just been online marketing and realizing that we can't just rely on social media and online marketing for our storefronts and trying to pivot. But yeah, right now, majority of our revenue comes from online.
Quick follow-up to that. Where are the 2 storefronts that you mentioned? again?
The first one is in Dormont and the second one is in Sharpsburg.
So I have so many questions swirling around in my head. You're B2B, so you are both in procurement, procuring wares from other makers and other small businesses, and you are fulfilling procurement opportunities. You are also selling direct to your consumer. So as you think about how you're going to grow in, say, the next 10 years, what is the most important channel of growth for you?
I think business direct to consumer, because you get more data that way. We get to know we get to actually see what our customers like, what they're buying, and we get real-time data. But we also have the potential to grow business to business by getting into larger Fortune 500 companies and pitching to them. But I think our main focus is direct to consumer, just especially our retail stores.
Interesting. I think I do have a follow-up to that, which is, how has going viral so many times during the pandemic impacted your business?
It's a blessing and a curse, to put it that way. We actually, for 2020, we were probably closed half of the year because one day we woke up to 6,000 orders when there was 3 of us working, and we just looked at each other and we're like, we can't handle this. So it's like made us not be able to focus on certain things and have the foundation. So like, we're kind of shaky right now because like for a year, we were just like, push out all these orders and get them out as fast as we can without really thinking about continual growth and like creating a business that isn't just going to be a one-shot thing. Because we don't want to be like a one-hit wonder. Like, we want to be there long. So we didn't really get the chance to build those foundations to make that. So right now we're kind of like in that wobbly method, like trying to recover, trying to prepare if that happens again. But it was very overwhelming and a very stressful time. But it allowed us to open 2 storefronts because because our business has run on pretty much cash this whole entire time. So we were able to renovate 2 storefronts, purchase merchandise for 2 storefronts, and kind of move into the brick and mortar world due to going viral.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations. I mean, I can hear it in your voice, and I can also only imagine what that's like to wake up and just be smacked in the face with that work. But that's brilliant. It clearly shows that your product is something that people like. What do you need most from kind of this network? Where do you see it kind of fitting in to your goal of building that foundation and really creating a sustainable model that you don't kill yourself on?
I'm definitely interested in the services, just like to sit down with professionals that and get like a good business plan down, get a good system down, like getting good systems in place, like our inventory system and how we communicate with each department with orders is still shaky and could be perfected, and just getting expertise from that just to make sure like we can streamline, because we have the staff to be able to handle more, but we struggle handling more. So just getting the professional input and kind of like an outside look and be like, hey, this is what you guys need to do in order to do this, and not strain yourself.
2-minute mark.
Could you talk us through your R&D process?
Our research and development.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm constantly looking at current trends. I always like read, the InStyle, and I follow a lot of home decor bloggers and Instagram followers, and I kind of see like what's in, what's not, and how can we incorporate that. So like before we just started we were just a planter business, and we've kind of grown now into home decor. So now we have a whole candle line. We have like propagation and bud vases. We have catch-all trays. We have reed diffusers now. So like we're kind of branching out and kind of offering more to keep our customers, because eventually you can only have so many planters. So we're kind of now moving away from just planters and plants to home decor as a broader scale.
Just
Very
in
cool.
follow to
Thank
that,
you.
how many SKUs do you have now?
I'd probably say we're probably close to like 100 to 125 right now.
Wow.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Val from
welcome.
Talonberg. Very exciting. I've never gone viral, so I don't know what that's like. I would love to have a conversation about that at another time. But thank you so much for sharing your business with us. So next up, we are actually pivoting now to our services finalists. So first up for our services is Life in Motion Gym.
For them to continue their fitness journey in the community.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm happy to introduce you to Life in Motion Gym. I'm Shannon Mathis, and this is my partner, Jackie McMurray. We are both physical therapists with more than 10 years of experience working with the neurological population.
And we found that after our patients would be discharged from physical therapy, there was nowhere for them to continue their fitness journey in the community. They would often decline on their own and not feel like they were able to safely continue at a regular gym.
Average gym employees aren't trained in how to help this population and don't hold classes specific to their diagnoses. The equipment is not specific to their needs, and it's hard to get around with the cane, walker, or wheelchair. And physical therapy services are becoming more restricted. We're finding these clients decline with their mobility and wellness in between. And there are thousands of individuals in our community that have these chronic conditions, and the aging population is increasing in Allegheny County year by year.
And this is where Life in Motion Gym comes in. We are the first providers to offer specialized wellness that's tailored to individuals with neurological conditions. Unlike a regular gym, our staff has dedicated training and equipment to serve clients that may use a cane, a walker, or a wheelchair. And we offer affordable solutions to continue their healthy practices, along with the goal of preventing further decline. We offer memberships, classes, one-on-one sessions, virtual options, and a free consultation for our new clients. And this graph is showing our growth in revenue for our individual wellness sessions, and we are on track to $100,000 in annualized revenue. We do offer a wide variety of price points to meet many financial needs for our clients, but on average, you can see that they're spending about $316 per month. And you can also see how we compare to our hourly rates to our regular gym and physical therapy offices. Well, we have around 25 total clients right now, and that's with us not even being at our newly renovated gym. We are maintaining a 100% retention rate, and we have a 92% acquisition rate going from our free consultations. And you can see our top referrals at the bottom there.
Our clients show improvements when working with us. We see improvements in walking endurance, balance, functional mobility, and fall frequency. $15,000 would cover the cost of more specialized adaptive equipment, expand our marketing strategy for our grand opening in the spring, and establishing ourselves in the community. We also plan to hire staff as we grow into our new space. Thank you for having us, and we open up the floor to questions.
And with that, we'll get started with our questions.
Congratulations. This is a really interesting concept. It's something I'm not familiar with. Is this new to market? Is this something that you guys have kind of coined here in Pittsburgh? And are there examples of other places, or is this kind of new for everybody? Because it seems brilliant.
Oh, thank you. And yes, it is the first in our area, but we are kind of mimicking, and we have kind of mentors of women-owned business that's doing it in California. And so that's where we kind of got the idea, and we had some coaching calls with them, and it really helped us kind of get a good foundation for where we are.
Talk a
Hi,
little bit
Jackie
about,
and Shannon. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jeremy.
No, please go.
I just wanted to share for the audience and for your knowledge that part of the the process here with the pitch competition and the 7 pillars being a prize is that all of the finalists are going through the OMI Cello Cares onboarding and application process. So I've actually already had a 90-minute interview with Shannon and Jackie. I know the answer to every question I would ask here. So if you have more questions, Jeremy, by all means.
Sure. I can ask it. Talk about this new facility that you have a grand opening for this spring. What's the size and kind of the scalability of the 25 clients that you have? Like, where is kind of the max that you could go to in this new space?
It's been under construction for quite some time. So we were supposed to open last year, but COVID, right? So we have 3,000 square feet in Fox Chapel. Half of it is our gym space and the other half is group exercise space or space for support groups or community events, whatever. And we also have 2 treatment rooms there that give us the option to rent space. We have a physical therapist who's an orthopedic specialist who's renting 1 room. And we hope to get another community specialist in the other room. We haven't gotten our occupancy permit yet, so we don't know how many people actually we can have in the space at one time. But right now we're hoping to have maybe a max of 8 people in our group classes just due to the client's needs. They're a little bit more mobility limited, so we don't want a big number of people in there. And then the gym space in 1,500 square feet, I'm not certain how many people we could hold in there at once, but we've been growing. We actually haven't started. We got our temporary space in August, so all of our revenue is pretty much doubled monthly.
And that's a very small space. So I think we've pivoted well, and we've been resourceful with the hand that we've been dealt of having to wait so long for our new gym to be open. But it will be all accessible. You can wheel right in, walk right in, very handicap friendly.
Could you talk to us about the delay and what that has afforded you the time to learn about running a business?
It's always a blessing and a curse, right? I think someone else might have said that, but it did allow us the time to, we always say we're really good at what we do, training wise, therapy wise, we're very, very knowledgeable in those areas. But the business side, we were lacking and we knew it from the beginning. So this whole last year has really helped us through coaching, mentors, other educational things we've listened to or attended, really get a good handle on the business side of things and the number side of things and how to track that as well.
And we've also spent a lot
and
of
also getting it.
Oh
Go
yeah.
ahead, Jen.
We've built the business in the space that we work. So we've spent a lot of time letting the former physicians that we used to work with as PTs, our other physical therapy counterparts and people like that. We spent a lot of time getting our information out there because there isn't anything like this. So no one knew to send anyone to us until we told them that we existed. So we've spent a lot of time on that.
That's great. Is this something that's covered under insurance programs, or is this all private pay?
It is all out of pocket, kind of more like a gym membership style. So once we do get into the new space, we'll offer our monthly memberships. We can't do that right now. So that also has been a limiting factor in our revenue. But we've had lots of one-on-one sessions and group classes that we're able to offer, but it is out of pocket. Some insurances will cover a gym monthly membership or give you money towards a membership. So we are trying to get in contact and on those services for our clients. And there are some organizations as well out there that give help for, like the MS Society will give a little bit of help maybe if you ask for fitness.
We're at the 2-minute mark.
So since I know that you do know about the 7 Pillars Accelerator, what interests you about participating in it?
It's all the things that we need help with. It's so well aligned for all, business is not just the numbers and it's not just getting into this whole new career side of things. You realize how many aspects of it we don't realize there are until we get into it. And I think those 7 pillars are really a good grasp on what you really need to understand.
And every connection we've made has just helped us grow so much more. So it would take us to the next step for sure.
Thank you so much for Jackie and Shannon sharing Life in Motion Gym with us. It is a very unique business model. I'd never thought about it, but I've also had PT and didn't carry on my PT afterwards. So I think this is a really good potential market. So thank you for sharing that. Next up, we have our next service business, which is the Modern Steward.
Hi, I'm Kimberly, the founder and co-owner of The Modern Steward. Larry is my husband and business partner. The Modern Steward focuses on providing sustainable solutions for today's savvy professional, which includes home and office organization, move management, and our signature donate and discard service. Did you know on average, 15 million people move every year in the US? The moving industry generates $86 billion every year. 38% of these moves are corporate moves, and that trend, yes, even during a pandemic, is only expected to grow as professionals consider the flexibility of the work from home lifestyle, the cost of living, and the need to be closer to family. These professionals are expected to transition seamlessly into their new roles and at the same time settle in at home. Our services bridge the gap between living in a home and loving your new home. Is professional organizing a trend? Will people continue to pay for these services in our current economy? We say yes, and here's why. Though people tend to cut down on their spending, consumers are willing to invest if they see the overall value. Our homes now serve a purpose well beyond sleeping, eating, and the occasional entertaining. They are often now our office, remote learning hubs, and gyms. So it makes sense that getting organized is a priority for most, and they're willing to invest to get it right. The Modern Steward is a minority and woman-owned business that has a unique edge on the market by combining our expertise in the fields of professional organizing and licensed contracting as a one-stop shop, eliminating the frustration of hiring and managing multiple contractors from the start, decluttering, donating, and discarding unwanted items, and the fun part, design and install. Our in-house licensed contractor prioritizes our clients, expediting the process. We have strong relationships with local nonprofits, ensuring sustainable donations are made when possible. With the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, we were able to pivot our offerings to virtual declutter coaching and contactless pickups. We also had the privilege to mentor 3 women in the startup phase of the business. One of our goals for 2022 is team building. We like to add 3 additional team members. This will allow me to work more on the business than in the business, pursuing opportunities for direct partnerships with other corporations, thus maintaining our competitive edge. As we began to niche down in our expertise, we saw some of our most profitable years. Our average revenue for the past 3 years has been about $60,000. Our revenue comes from 65% organic leads and 35% from unique partnerships. If we were to receive the grant from Invest in Her, we'd use a portion to bridge the gap in the capital that we've allocated towards the purchase for a vehicle. This would allow us to run multiple crews. The remainder would be used to bolster our marketing plan to increase brand awareness. We'd specifically hire a woman-owned business to fulfill this need. We're extremely grateful for this opportunity and the support from the Invest in Her team.
Thank you so much. And with that, we'll get started with questions for Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly. I saw a note on your last slide that Ebony was your coach. Ebony did my job before me, so it makes sense why it was so impressive. Very in line with the mindset, what we're looking for with regards to the 7 Pillars Accelerator. You mentioned that you're minority owned and women owned. Do you have MBE and WBE certifications?
We do not. In particular, we decided that we would like to focus on the woman-owned business certification for 2022. So that is one of our goals. We think it's best to go after one versus both, to be specific. We consider going after both or preparing for both, so to speak. But we think that with regards to the market, that the woman-owned business would serve our company better than the minority-owned business certificate at this time.
Fantastic. That makes a lot of sense to me. Your company hits home to me in a couple ways. One is that I'm in the process of moving, and I've got two
Okay.
2-year-olds, so no thank you. But secondly, my husband works for an international relocation company, and so they procure services like yours. So
Yes.
talk to me, like, what have you thought about procurement? What have you thought about opportunities that your business could pursue to help people that are doing corporate relocation where their company is paying for them to move?
Absolutely. So right now, as I mentioned in the presentation, 35% of our leads do come from a unique partnership that we have with Home Sweet Home. They are now procuring, right, these contracts and then subcontracting them through the van line services to companies like ours. Obviously, so that we can see more of the revenue, we would like to remove that middle person. So some of the questions that surround that is how to do it. How to approach the companies, what type of plan we need. And so that's why we're in particular interested in the 7-pillar program. We think that we would be able to come up with a specific strategy to, go direct for those companies. We are gathering market data as well. When the file comes over, it most definitely has a company name and some details. And so we're using that to our benefit. And so we are in the process of looking at what companies that we know have hubs here in Pittsburgh that in particular move their executives every 3 years, because that seems to be the trend, about 3 to 5 years with the COVID pivot. And so that's an ongoing process. It is something that we are very excited about.
How has COVID impacted your business?
Right. So at the onset, like most business owners, there was a pause. However, the demand actually increased as people were home, right? They took stock of their homes. If they felt comfortable in their home, how much they had accumulated in their home. And honestly, people went, I don't want to say bananas, but it really became a priority to the point that some of the donation centers even shut down or decided like how much they were willing to take. So we pivoted our offerings to online Dakota coaching, because normally what it would look like to work with us is that after we meet for a discovery call virtually, I would set up to come in and survey your home. We do a space edit. You would show me what your pain points are, what you would like to achieve, depending if you're moving in or out, or if you just never got settled. And then from there, we would make a space plan on how, to achieve your goals. But with COVID, we weren't able to do that, but then we were able to do it virtually. So we adapted. That looked like 2 4-hour sessions. And then we would schedule a contactless pickup. So we were still able to continue our discard and donate services, which in my opinion is our shining star, because it's so much different than the typical junk kings, trash kings, right, in the market that are primarily owned by men. We come in and we remove the items for you, but then based on the relationships that we have with local nonprofits, we don't just drop these off so that then they have to have employees that manage them and store them. They give us the information and we make the donation direct to the person if and when possible.
That is so incredibly wonderful. I used to run a women's resale boutique, so we dealt with tons of donation dumping all the time. And for you to take that extra step, that's very moving.
Right. And so we do. And we also provide a level of education. I don't donate junk. Everything has a life cycle, right? And so we educate our clients on that as well. We do some coaching on being okay with that. And then we're working on a digital product. It's called How to Buy What You Love Guilt Free. And so we're helping them even educate themselves on making more sustainable purchases.
2-minute mark. It's 2-minute mark.
Okay.
I'm hearing a real focus on sustainability.
Yeah, we think that is the key. The reality is that you're not going to just get organized once. And so people say, okay, once I make this investment, like, is it going to last? We believe in function over aesthetic as well. I want to make that point. So this isn't about a Pinterest-worthy pantry. We want you to be able to live in your home and to love your home, but for it to be functional. And so that means you have to think about how you live every day and what works for you, not what you see. And so we really focus on the age of your children, I'm not going to put a system in that your kids are going to outgrow, right? I'm not going to suggest products that are only going to last. If you're going to be moving, I think about that as well.
Jeremy, do you have one last question to get in?
I do. Talk to me a little bit about, it sounds like your expertise and insight is kind of amazingly, there's some amazing talent there. How do you scale this? How do you find another you to build your business?
Right. So I am certified through the National Association of Productivity and Organization. I really appreciated the question of what is your leadership style? So ours is transitional. Anyone that we bring in on the team, after they have been with us for 6 months, if they're interested in going through that program, we're going to go ahead and put our money into them going through the program so that they can develop those skills as well. I can train you, I can delegate you, but if you're vested, we'll invest in you so that our clients can have a consistent experience.
Time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kimberly, from the Modern Steward. Again, we all need some, I know I do, organization in our life. So I think that's a really unique value proposition that you can offer folks. So thank you. So we have our last finalist coming up, which is Vernell from VBW. Give me 1 second. I have to find it. There we go.
Hello, my name is Vernell Winbush. I'm the Executive Director of VBW Training, which is my namesake. At a young age, I was inspired to educate myself for the benefit of helping my family and others dealing with medical crises. The American Heart Association have identified several medical conditions that affect our population at an alarming rate. This includes cardiovascular diseases such as heart attack, stroke, diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol. Today, we're going to focus on these problems and how VBW is an excellent training solution. We are a national training organization. We are a resource to individuals, families, and the community. We offer American Red Cross, CPR, first aid, and AED training. A key philosophy of VBW is holism. We understand that each individual is a part of a family, society, and an environment that affects their own interpretations of themselves and the world around them. Our classes offer the confidence and skills to effectively save a life. Our courses include a 2-year certification with the American Red Cross for adult first aid, CPR, AED training, and basic life support for healthcare professionals. We offer medication administration to unlicensed healthcare professionals with the goal of improving their individual's quality of life. Babysitting certification is a course for youth to develop leadership and entrepreneur skills. Our latest product line is VBW Instructor Course. This class is designed to teach individuals who desire to become instructors for first aid, CPR, AED training with the American Red Cross. The Department of Public Welfare has created a curriculum, medication administration, for unlicensed healthcare professionals. In the last 2 years, VBW has successfully certified 200 staff with on-site companionship services to teach them how to effectively and safely administer medication. We have been excited to assist pharmacists with renewing their license to administer the COVID-19 vaccine with our basic life support certification. Our customers rave at their excellent customer experience. Executives and training attendees have left us great customer feedback. Our team is really excited about the continuous growth of our organization. We have currently 6 instructors and a board of individuals who assist us in achieving our mission. Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Our office is located downtown Pittsburgh in the PPG building. We also have several offices around the world and throughout Pittsburgh. We're excited to offer these trainings in partnership with the American Red Cross and the Department of Public Welfare.
Thank you very much. So we'll go ahead and get started. Do you want to go ahead and start us off, Jeremy?
Sure. Vernell, can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into this training, and congratulations, I guess, first.
Oh, thank you, certainly. Actually, my background is in nursing. I graduated from CCAC in, 2013. I landed a position as a program manager for an organization that supports people with intellectual disabilities. And through my experience there, I acquired leadership skills and also different certifications, such as my instructor level certification to teach people CPR, as well as medication administration. So these are things that I felt were relevant for the community to even learn. Of course, in healthcare, these are essential skills that each healthcare provider must have. But I felt that, there were a lot of people in my classes who were sharing experiences at home or even in the community where, there were life-threatening situations that they had to encounter. And so, it sparked my passion to take it further into the community.
Can you talk a little bit about sales and when you started your company?
Sure, yeah. So the company started in 2019. And so sales have been, going up. Right now we're at, we profit about $6,000 a month. So that would be, if we are meeting our goals every month, we're hoping to get $90,000 a year.
I saw you mentioned you have a board. Are you a nonprofit?
I'm not a nonprofit, but I am a multi-member LLC, and we hope to become nonprofit status.
How many trainings did you run last year? And are they typically one-on-one as well as group, or primarily group?
Yeah, they're primarily group trainings. I try to do at least 3 trainings a week for CPR. And then for medication administration, we do 2 trainings a month. Yeah, recently we've added the instructor course. And so I've been teaching 2 instructor courses a month is my goal. This is really a product line that has been very successful. A lot of companies, they do train in-house their employees. And so for that reason, this was not a part of my original business plan, was to teach instructor courses. However, it's been very successful. I actually taught a class today. And so it was interesting to see a guy from Sheets. He's going to teach all of his staff, and his management. So they have about 300 staff they're going to certify. So those kind of things are remarkable to me because they're outside of the healthcare industry and are taking that additional step to ensure their staff are certified. Yeah, so one of the things I'm also working on is offering a bundle package to organizations that desire to have AED equipment. So that's one of the things we talked about today. And so my partnership with the American Red Cross is fairly expensive. However, I'm in a process of moving over to American Heart Association to offer discounted rates to organizations that, hope to train their own staff. And so I would offer a bundle package for them.
Seems like you've diversified what you're offering very well. And you answered a question I had, which was like, why would you train trainers? Aren't they just going to do what you do? But it makes so much sense the way that you explained it. What do you see as being your most important channel for growth over the next, 5 or 10 years?
So that would be one of my channels for growth. So right now we're a service based company. And so products is one of the things that I notice, other agencies that are similar to mine provide not only the training, but also the training equipment and medical supplies. So that's one of the things that I've actually recently received. I see some of my Kiva lenders on, so hi and thank you guys. But yeah, I recently received a loan to assist with moving that process forward by supplying AEDs at a discounted rate. An AED is an automatic external defibrillator for people who aren't aware of that. And they typically cost about $2,000. Okay. Yeah, they typically cost about $2,000. So I'm hoping to offer them in the community at a cheaper rate and bundle it with training of staff.
What about competition? Kind of where does that stack up in the market?
Well, I've been able to strategically partner actually with the American Red Cross. That of course is like, they're my trailblazer, but also my competition, because whenever you Google CPR, the first thing that's going to come up is American Red Cross, American Heart Association. So I've been looking into marketing and Google ads, but it could be pretty expensive because those are my competitors. There are other CPR organizations within Pittsburgh. And so I recently participated in RCI's BizFit program, and we did some SWOT analysis. And so I was able to see, I should expand my services to also include products. Okay.
Thank you so much, Renelle, and thank you so much for VBW. I need to get certified in CPR, so maybe I will come see you. Yes. Never too bad to be too safe. So thank you all to all of our finalists. Thank you so much for sharing your companies with us this evening. Again, I cannot encourage you enough to go and support these women and what they're doing. They all brought something very unique to share with us this evening. So as much as we can support them, I highly encourage you to do that. Thank you so much to our judges for asking very poignant questions and really helping us to understand even more about the businesses that we had as our finalists. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Sam to continue on. We are going to go over with the judges and go ahead and get started on the deliberation and come back with our winners. So see you soon.
Great job to our finalists. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait as the judges deliberate, but we're very excited to continue with our program. And just a reminder that we will bring everyone back together and announce the winners. We'll have a short presentation from Shannon on the Amasello Cares program, and we'll talk about ways in which you can continue to be involved and engaged with Invest in Her. So with that, I am going to go back through my deck here a little bit. And first, I want to give a huge shout out to our mentors and our coaches. So I think we talked about this early in the session, but all of our finalists were paired with a mentor coach to help them prepare for the pitch tonight. Some of our mentors and coaches are on tonight, and we want to just give them a huge round of applause for their support. One of the things that makes, I think, Invest in Her somewhat unique is that we're not just a pitch competition. We really want to make sure that all of the businesses that come through our channels are set up for success, even beyond the pitch. So partnering with coaches and mentors throughout the process can really be a benefit to the businesses in the long run. So shout out to our mentors and coaches. And then a shout out to our sponsors for tonight. So we've done a couple of partnership events with Food 21, and in a few minutes, I'm going to hand it over to a representative of Food 21 to talk about their program. And for those of you that are in the food and beverage space, I encourage you to listen and take notes, because this is a great resource for you as you continue to explore, growth and development for your business. Mid-Atlantic Surgical Systems has been a great partner and sponsor for us for the last 2 pitch events. We're really excited to have them on board. And those of you in the medical space might want to tap into them and see what they're up to. And then, of course, Amicello Cares, who is not only sort of partnering with us this year, but has been a longstanding sponsor and supporter of Invest in Her. So with that, I believe we have a representative from Food 21 who's going to give a little bit of a pitch himself about his program and the ways in which you can get involved. So Rick, I will turn it over to you.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, good. Hi, my camera's not lit up. It didn't look like you were on. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And what a wonderful group of entrepreneurs. Oh my goodness. So Food 21 is in support of food-based businesses in the region, the immediate 12 Southwest counties. But the larger footprint, we call it, is out in the Western Atlantic food shed, out past to Cleveland and down to Cincinnati, back up to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh can be a hub for food enterprise across a big region. And we're grateful to support these kind of things. And we'll start the video. So,
there you go.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, that cuts in half the time my face is on screen. So Food 21 is a great supporter of market-based solutions in the food space. My specialty in this is entrepreneurship, and I am just wowed by the group of entrepreneurs I got to meet tonight. So thank you very much for this. It's really wonderful. If you have a business that's interested in the food space or you are curious about it, we have a Pittsburgh Food and Beverage Network, and you can get to us by just finding me or finding Food 21, and we'll get you right to that. And it's free to join and a good way to monitor that kind of commerce in the region. We're glad to have everybody involved that's a professional. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Rick. And Rick, you were one of our mentors for this iteration of Invest in Her, but you also were heavily involved with the last round where we focused primarily on food and beverage businesses. And I think we actually have one of our alums from that round and potential and actual winner on tonight. So shout out to Blanket and Board. And I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if you want to share about a little bit about Blanket and Board and your experience with Invest in Her, we certainly can give you a little bit of time to do so.
Oh, have I been smitten by this company?
Oh, of course. So hello, everyone. I'm Tiara from Blanket and Board, and we were winners of last year's pitch competition, as Samantha mentioned. And I just want to say it's a wonderful opportunity to be able to be connected with people that are in the industry, that know business. It's beautiful. And I just want to say, as someone who comes from a social work background, as I was here, I noticed that a lot of other businesses didn't come from a business background, but it's I don't know, it's just beautiful, and it's very validating to be a part of an organization that even after you win this, even if you may not, that'll have people that'll continue to support you. So I just want to say that. But thanks, Samantha, for that 2 minutes. I don't know if I did well, but I'm just so excited to be here. So,
and if folks are interested in working with you or securing your services, how would they get in contact with you?
So they can contact us on Instagram, Blanket and Board. Our website is www.blanketandboard.com. With the funds that we were able to secure from the Invest in Her competition, we were able to invest in a lot of our inventory. We were able to invest in other interns and employees to be able to kind of grow and scale our business. So if you want to reach us, like I said, blanketandboard.com, blanketandboard@gmail.com, or on Instagram, Facebook. And I just want to highlight the continued support that we get from Invest in Her. This is a lifelong opportunity to be connected, particularly to women and women of color that are doing the work in our community.
Thank you so much for that.
Rick, if you get a chance and you can drop the information on Food 21 in the chat, that would be great. A link to the website or the Facebook group would be wonderful. That way folks can get connected with you. And Rick, we are so grateful for your support. So, you know, we'll continue to bug you about future pitch competitions and coaching and mentoring. But it's been a wonderful partnership.
My life is full of a whole bunch of really great new entrepreneurs.
Great.
Thank you. I'll get that into the chat.
Great. While we're waiting for the judges to come back, I think we have a representative from Kiva Pittsburgh who's joined us tonight. Emily, I'm not sure, I'm sure you weren't prepared, but since we're such close friends, I figured I'd give you a little bit of time potentially to talk a little bit about Kiva, your programs, and how folks can get involved.
Hi, everyone. As Samantha said, I was not expecting to speak this evening, so pardon the bad lighting and comfy pillow behind me here. I'm just enjoying listening to all these great pitches and, of course, cheering on those who have gotten Kiva loans. So to explain for anyone who doesn't know, Kiva is a nonprofit organization that uses crowdfunding to help businesses access capital. So they, and I should say I don't work for Kiva, I work for a nonprofit here in Pittsburgh, the Riverside Center for Innovation. We are the Kiva hub for the region. So if you are a Pittsburgh business and interested in a Kiva loan, I would be your contact to explain how it works and help you through that process. So they offer loans of up to $15,000 with no interest and no fees whatsoever. So if you borrow $15,000 or if you borrow $1,000, however much you need, that what you repay is exactly what you receive. So it's incredibly affordable as far as borrowing goes. And it can be a lot of fun too, because then you get to be like Vernell and speaking on a pitch competition and having some of the people who've lent to you come and support you on things like this as well. I'll put my information in the chat. I don't know how much time I have to fill here. I can keep going, Samantha, or I can keep it short like that. And folks can just follow up with me if that would be helpful for them as a borrower. I should mention too, since if you're here tonight, you're probably a big supporter of small businesses. We're always looking for people to lend as well. We recently started what we're calling the Lend Local Pittsburgh Kiva team. So these are people who are in Pittsburgh or from Pittsburgh and want to lend to businesses in Pittsburgh. And we have 9 great businesses crowdfunding right now. So if you have an extra $25 that you would be willing to part with to support a small business, or maybe 9 sets of $25, then you could help them all. So I'll put a couple links in the chat, and we would love your help getting these businesses crowdfunded. And if you're a business owner, I'd love to help you access that capital. So thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Emily. Thanks for coming in without the advance notice. You did a great job. So we still have a little bit of time left before our judges will come back. I'm going to pull up a screen here and I'll talk a little bit about ways in which you can get involved with Invest in Her. So just to start off, Invest in Her, like I said, has sort of been known for the pitch competitions, and all of the co-founders here, we actually have a typical sort of 9 to 5 job. So we volunteer our time, we volunteer our resources to make Invest in Her happen. And so every dollar that gets donated to Invest in Her actually goes directly to our businesses. So just a reminder that if you are donating to Invest in Her, all of that funding goes straight to the businesses that participate in our pitch competition. We've also been able to, throughout COVID, introduce a new series that we're calling Industry Insights, where we've brought some of our network in to talk about best practices related to business management, or to really drill down on some of the specific services or industries that need support here in our region. So again, all of the funding that goes to Invest in Her supports the pitch competition as well as that initiative. And our goal is really to continue to build this ecosystem of women-owned businesses right here in Southwestern PA. And we've been really impressed at the alumni network that we've been able to build through the pitch competition. I've already sort of hinted at this, but mentors and coaches, we're always looking for folks who want to lend their expertise to the next round of finalists or the up and coming business owners. So if you're interested in that, just drop us a line. You can reach us on social media, and you can visit our website. Either way, you can find a way to access us, and we're always looking for that kind of support. Thanks, Amy. And guest speakers. So like I indicated, the Industry Insights events that we launched last year, we've been able to tap into our network of business owners, of coaches, of folks who work in the procurement space, but we're always looking for individuals who want to lend their expertise and insights. And we'd welcome you to participate in a future Industry Insights event. So I will leave this up for a few minutes as our judges continue to deliberate. I think that we will have them come back around 7:34, 7:35. So if you need to take a break, stretch your legs, get some water, use the bathroom, please feel free to do so, and probably come back around 7:35. For our wrap up of the pitch competition, where we'll announce our winners. We will also do an audience choice award and close things out for the evening. So with that, please take a few minutes and we'll see you shortly. All right, so it looks like our judges are back with us. Let's just make sure we've got everybody here. Okay. So before we announce our winners, I know everybody's very, very excited. I'm going to let Shannon do a little bit of an overview about the Omocello Cares 7 Pillars program, which is going to our grand prize winners tonight. And then we'll announce the winners for products and services, and then our audience favorite award as well. So Shannon, I'll stop sharing if you want to put up your slides, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Would help if I would unmute myself. There we go. Hi, everyone. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. Would someone tell me if you can see this? Awesome. Thanks, Sam. Hi, I am Shannon Paris. I'm the program manager of the 7 Pillars of Sustainable Business Accelerator at Omocello Cares. I'm just going to do a quick overview of kind of what it is, the prize that we're offering is. So about our organization, our mission is to co-power existing community members in low to moderate income neighborhoods to own financial assets, grow their businesses, and lift their income. So we do that in 2 ways. We have a series of education courses that are all about lifting incomes, things like real estate development and investing. We also run the 7 Pillars Business Accelerator. So the 7 pillars are strategy, technology, communication, finance, legal, capital, and people. We believe that if a business is strong in all 7 pillars, they are in a position to grow, and that if they are lacking in any one of them, they are putting themselves at undue risk of losing market share in their industry. So what we do is evaluate businesses, see where they are, see how they're doing in each of the 7 pillars, and then if there are 2 or 3 pillars that a business needs support in, we can connect them to that. So the benefits that the winners will receive is that this is a prize. There's 0 cost to participate. That is true of all of the participants in the accelerator, thanks to our generous funders. We provide a value of $10,000 to $20,000 of services in 2 or 3 of the 7 pillars. Therefore, we're looking for businesses that are already doing well in 4 or 5 of them. The way that we offer support is through one-on-one consultation. So each business has a strategist and kind of a 7 pillars navigator that takes them through the accelerator process all the way from onboarding to graduation. We meet bi-monthly, so every other week, to work on strategy. And the business is also connected to some of our industry experts. So we have a network of what we call service delivery partners who are experts in each of the 7 pillars. We also offer ongoing alumni community involvement after graduation. So we don't, have folks graduate and never talk to them again. We track your business, we offer support, we continue to offer you access to our network of industry experts. Sometimes participants even become service delivery partners because we know how strong their businesses are after they graduate. That is my brief overview. Here's my contact information. I will also drop it in the chat. I do want to say to all of the finalists, first of all, thank you. I'm so impressed by you. I'm so impressed by your tenacity and your willingness to put yourself out there in this way. We had difficulty selecting winners, and I personally believe that many of you, if you continue in the 7 pillars application process, even if you don't win tonight, you have a very strong chance of being accepted to the accelerator. So I do encourage you to move forward with the application if you don't win.
Great. Well, Shannon, since you're really offering the grand prize here, would you like to do the honors of announcing our winners?
That feels like a very big honor. I don't want to take that away from any of you ladies who have put so much hard work and so many years of dedication into this. Thank you, though. Seriously, thank you. I'm so thrilled to be a part of this, but it's your pitch competition. Please, you do the honors.
Okay, if you insist. So we're excited to announce the winners tonight, and just so all of the businesses know, and those that are joining us tonight, that there is a cash prize that will accompany the first place winners from each category. And right now that's $1,000. That could change, but Right now, each business will walk away with $1,000 in addition to the spots in the 7 Pillars program. And then our audience choice winner will walk away with $250. So again, we're doing our part to try and continue investing in these businesses and make sure that they have what they need to solve those problems or get over those hurdles. We really encourage the community that's on here tonight to continue investing, shopping, supporting, coaching, mentoring, whatever it is that you can do to build that ecosystem for the women here in Southwestern PA. So with that said, I am excited to announce that the winner of the products is Talon Burt. Round of applause. Congratulations to Val. I'm sure
Thank you.
Shannon is very excited to work with you, and we're excited to have you join our alumni network of winners. Great. And then our service winner tonight, and I know that this was a tough choice. I know the judges deliberated extensively, but very excited to announce that the service winner is VBW Training.
Oh, thank you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Congratulations, Burnell. Well done. All right, so the grand prizes have been awarded, but there's still one out there, and Oster is going to drop a link in the chat, and we're going to ask that all of you vote for your favorite business so that we can appoint our Audience Choice Award. The link is now in the chat. So it's a Google Doc. You should be able to access it. See if, oh, hold on. Let me see if we're having some, let me see. We might be having some technical difficulties. Yes. Okay. Yes, that is working. Yeah. So you should see it now in the chat. And finalists, you're allowed to vote as well. Oh, looks like we're having technical difficulties. Hold on one second.
Sam, you just have to make it public. Either you or Oster.
We were doing so good with technology. It's always something. Let's see if this one works. If not, we'll try something else. Hold on. There we go. Looks like we're getting some responses.
And just for clarification, the most recent link sent at 7:45 is the link to select. The previous link was not public.
All right, I think we're getting close. I'm seeing 29, up 30 responses. So we'll get a few more votes in and then we'll be able to announce our audience favorite. All right, I think we can call it, and excited to announce that the audience favorite award goes to the Modern Steward. Congratulations, Kim.
Thank you so much.
All right, so that actually concludes the program tonight. Our fifth pitch competition is in the books. Congratulations to all the finalists and all of the winners. The journey does not end here. You'll be hearing from the Invest in Her team along with Shannon from Amasello Cares in the coming days and weeks. Like I said before, you're now part of our extended family, our extended network of businesses, and we look forward to watching all of you grow and thrive over the coming weeks, months, and years. And again, thank you to our audience for tuning in tonight. Thank you to our judges, our mentors, our coaches, our friends who we put on the spot to present. Thank you for being so gracious and kind with your time. And I'll hand it over to Elise and Oster to give any of their closing remarks, and just want to say thanks to everyone.
Same. I just want to say thank you all. I've said some things in the chat. Congratulations to Talonbert and to VBW, but congratulations to all of you in Modern Steward, but congratulations to all of you. Hopefully, again, being here tonight gets you some exposure. As Sam did mention, we are a family. We often go back if we come in contact with someone who we feel can help support one of our businesses, whether they are a winner or not. We do our best to make sure that we're constantly making those connections. So if you didn't win tonight, that does not mean it's the end. It could also still just be the beginning. So I look forward to helping to promote you as much as we can and helping to see your businesses grow. So congratulations to everyone.
Yes, congratulations. And again, you're part of the Invest in Her network. That includes our judges today, Shannon and Jeremy, and all of our judges and past judges and coaches and mentors and all of that. So there's a lot of synergies here in this room. And the best thing that we can do is offer you access to those spaces. So, we're always here. We're always just an email away. And we look forward to continuing to work with all of you in the future. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you so much for supporting these amazing, amazing women.